Hey, what's going on, guys? EC here, and today I want to talk about something a little bit different. I want to talk about Bubsy and why making a new Bubsy game makes sense. Now, for those who don't know, Wade Rosen, CEO of Atari, spoke on a podcast recently about why he thinks bringing back Bubsy would be a good idea. Now, not gonna lie, I do think bringing back Bubsy is a good idea, mostly because Bubsy is one of the most notable IPs within Atari. It's also one that doesn't really have a good IP. I mean, like, no one's ever talking about the Bubsy games in a good light for some reason. I don't know what's for the hate towards Bubsy. I think the games are pretty charming. At least the first two are. All the games after that were kind of a blur. Like, I don't hear anyone talk about the third game. People don't like Bubsy 3D. Um, and the latest two games, like, the first one was alright. The sequel, though, oh my, like, you basically just made a infinite runner that nobody really bothers playing. So now, do I think obviously bringing back Bubsy is a good idea? Yeah, of course I think it's a good idea. However, I will say I'm not really a fan of the idea of them having to reach out to indie devs and not have a dev reach out to them for it. I mean, you could have just got Graphite Lab to do it because Graphite Lab is behind the Mr. Run and Jump game. Mr. Run and Jump is an amazing game. So is the other game they made, Companera. You know how it is. Now, besides them, could we see this be good for Atari? Yeah, long term, I think it's great because obviously Atari doesn't really have many franchises that are really able to be modernized that well. I know, for example, the what's that? There's a some of the most notable franchises within Atari are like stuff like Pong, which isn't really a game that would really appeal to today's audience. Now, that's not saying the game is bad. It's just very retro, very hard for a lot of gamers nowadays to look at a game like Pong and really appreciate it. So, like making Pong 2, I mean, you can't really do much for that. Now, they are making these Quamp games, for example. There was one already out, and there's one coming next year, which are sequels to Pong. But despite how iconic Pong is, it's a very hard game to make a sequel to. Just straight up. Because, well, it's kind of hard to improve on a game like that, you know? Whilst with a game like Bubsy, there's so much you can improve on, you know, better graphics, first of all, better platforming mechanics, you know, better enemies, you know, we can do the whole lore thing, obviously. Every game nowadays needs some sort of backstory and some sort of like character's arc and whatnot. Now, do I think this is obviously a good idea long term? Of course it is, you know. And also, this is going to be good for the VCS as well, because obviously the VCS, in my opinion, is still struggling to get a lot of third-party support. So the more Atari first-party games that come to the VCS is obviously the better thing for the Atari VCS. Plus, as well, we all know Atari needs to give Bubsy some representation for the simple fact that he is ginger, and gingers, like myself, have no soul. So Atari maybe having Bubsy be like a new mascot for them makes sense, because hear me out, right? Bubsy is a ginger, he has no soul. So therefore, he is perfect to be the mascot of a company, which obviously people will argue is dead and has no soul. I just think there's a little bit of irony there, especially if you follow South Park and you get the reference, because obviously, you know, gingers have no souls, so there is that. People will probably flag this video like, oh, he's bullying the gingers despite being one. But you know how people are nowadays, they can't take a joke, so there is that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. You know, are you hyped for that we could be seeing a new Bubsy game? I think it's a great little announcement, to be fair. I can't wait to see a new Bubsy game. You know, as long as it's good and not like the last two, we should be alright. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about it in the comments down below. I've been EC and I'm signing out. Peace.